Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. And guys, as your comedic relief through the book of Revelation, I hope you're all having a fantastic day, as our reptilian overlords have released a movie to help us all prepare for the inevitable. Oh, how kind of them. The movie Civil War has been placed out into the world. The same year, we have the most division in the United States in a long time. The polarization of political parties is very real. And we're beginning to see war tensions building up in real time. In Russia, Ukraine, in the Middle East, we have Iran and Israel retaliating against each other. And right here at home in the United States, there are anti-Israel protests shutting down the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. In addition, you see on the other side of the states in New York, a protest as well. And in this protest, chants are beginning, shouting "Death to America." Ladies and gentlemen, the reason I'm pointing this out to you is because there's a lot of anti-American sentiment right now. We have Civil War coming out. After the Great American Eclipse marked an X on the US, while simultaneously America is on a forefront war. Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Palestine, Iran, and then China, Taiwan is on the brink. Pay attention to what happens next. We projected this to be the most volatile year. You thought 2020 was a spectacle to behold? Oh, 2020 was just the trial run, my friends. In this election year, they're pulling out all the stops. And don't forget that in my 100 Reasons Why XRP Will Hit New All-Time Highs this year video, the literal second reason was because it's a historic election year. XRP and other cryptos move during change and transition in volatile times. It absolutely does. Look back at every single major crypto bull run, and it coincided with election cycles as well as the stock market. Every 4 years elections happen, and the 4-year cycle in crypto is a cliche. And it's a cliche for a reason. Now, something else I want to point you all to on the world stage is that all eyes are on Japan right now as a country that could tip the scales on what happens next in the world, especially in regards to the US dollar. If they start liquidating US treasuries to support their falling currency, rates and the dollar will be heading higher and quickly. However, we've also had the narrative, we've also had the perspective that the Fed must cut rates. And that would definitely be an interesting sight to see. Japan may have to sacrifice treasuries to save the yen, which means the US has to sacrifice stocks to save treasuries. Oh, that's interesting. And the only thing I'm going to point out to all of you is, crypto looks perma-bullish right now. The stock market looks overheated at the moment. We still have high quality, beautiful altcoins at very low values, while stocks are at all-time highs. We have these currency wars happening right now, and we've had a correlation between stocks and crypto for a long time being directly proportional. All I'm saying is, when times change, trends can change. I'm not calling for this, and this is not a prediction. I'm simply stating to stay observant and see if stocks and crypto begin an inversely proportional relationship where crypto starts getting some of the money from falling stocks. Because I've always believed since 2016 that crypto could be a solution to a lot of the current financial system's problems. That has not been the case yet. Stocks and crypto have been correlated. But all I'm asking you to pay attention to is a moment where that could change. Now, something else that I want you all to be aware of is that a bank in Canada isn't letting customers withdraw cash, as they are simultaneously increasing capital gains taxes. They're over here asking him why he needs the cash and to prove why he needs the cash, as if that's not his own money. But you see, my friends, every single bank in the world is like this, and this can happen to every single one of you, even here in the United States. I've talked thoroughly in this video about bank bail-ins and the very real potential of system failure. Remember, everything is a scam. The money is a scam. Currencies are a scam. The stock markets are a scam. The banking system is a scam. So when everything is a scam, you learn to understand the game. You have to place your bets in a system outside of the main scam. Because crypto is going to be the elite's new scam. But crypto is not a scam yet, at least the major cryptos. When central bank digital currencies come into place, they'll use the programmability of CBDCs to scam you out of all your freedoms, to tell you you must eat the bugs, to say you cannot fly on the plane because of carbon credits, to turn off your car because you said something mean on Twitter. Oh, you're a Republican, it's over for you. You go to jail. These are the things that are on the way. These are the things that are inevitable. That is how crypto will turn into the scam. But right now, there is a thinning of the veil where you could take advantage of the transition. The wealth is not made in normal times. The wealth is not made post-transition when the new system is online and fully operational. The wealth is made in the transition, and we are there right now in the birth canal. One system is dying, another one will take its place. Get in between, and you become the new 1%. That's always been my message, and that'll continue to remain true. And ladies and gentlemen, in honor of this message, you have to realize the mass marketing campaign that crypto companies are giving. Coinbase has its commercial about the halving recently. And this is in honor of one of the most important events in Bitcoin's history. Bitcoin having an ETF approved combined with the halving is a bull run spectacle of a moment. That doesn't mean it's going to happen right away. But what it does mean is that 2024 is going to be a fireworks display for crypto prices. So don't worry about short-term volatility. These companies are letting you know that it's game on. Kraken has just released a new Bitcoin commercial leading up to the halving as well. And I wonder what the people in the know truly do know. You don't see marketing campaigns like this during bear markets. No. You see the stopping of ads because they can't afford it. But when you see these big giants, the regulated giants, by the way, when you see them putting out promotions like this, you know it's game time. Put the pedal to the metal and pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. More money is going to be made this year in 2024 than at any other time in your lives. But only if you're ahead of the game. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we cap off this video for today, I have this clip from Cyprus de Manicure with a Ripple representative stating that people tend to overestimate the short term, which all of you do, and underestimate the long term, which all of you do. This video is from a while ago and they removed it off YouTube, but it has since been reposted. And I want to leave you all with this as you all understand that seismic shift is coming. Black swan events similar to 2020 are likely. War theme is on the table. Israel, Iran, the American election, potential cyber attacks. You will need to stay in the edge of your seats. Problem, reaction, solution is their motto. They need to cause a crisis in order to change financial policy, cut rates en masse, blame the stock market crash on it. We are in the window. The stage is set. Eclipse done. But in the meantime, crypto stays steady and fundamentally strong. We hold most of the best digital assets in the world. Stop paying attention to short-term price fluctuations to try and validate your investment thesis. The long term is projectable, and the long term for XRP is about to become a reality. Now guys, before I leave you with this clip, I just have to remind you, as a serious warning, to buy your offline hardware wallets, and Decent is my hardware wallet of choice. Exchange hacks and potential cyber attacks could put your crypto at risk. Companies like Coinbase have said if they ever go bankrupt, they can take your crypto and use it. Look at what happened with FTX, Celsius, and BlockFi. Don't let it happen again. Wallets like Ledger, in my opinion, have let us down with our trust. And even Trust Wallet was having issues the other day. I've never recommended Exodus on my channel because that is the #1 wallet that I've heard my personal clients say they've been hacked from. And I've yet to hear anyone have problems with their Decent wallet. I do think it's the best wallet in the crypto space right now, with the most crypto options and the highest level of security. And I hope all of you get yours for a nice discount in the description below. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. The next civil war, which they're prepping your subconscious minds for, is not what you think. It is pre-planned, predetermined, and if you decipher the lizard talk, you won't be distracted. This election cycle will be the great distraction during the book of Revelation from your financial uprising. Keep your eyes on the financial system and you will succeed into the new world. And the more of us in the new 1% there are, the more of a difference we can all make. As always, guys, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
I would say, the recognition is no longer niche. The liquidity is still niche. And, there's a couple of outlined reasons for that: regulatory, accountability, user protection in general, usability. Some of these, like DeFi protocol, they're quite clunky. And some of these blockchain networks are also fragmented, right? Like there's a lot of interoperability being built, and I believe, there will be more interoperability possible through the open sourceness, programmability of these protocols, as opposed to TradFi. And so that's definitely, we're at the very early innings, so to speak. So I would say, like, we're seeing growth. If you look at the stablecoin as a financial instrument, for example, 3 years ago, the total market cap was around 5 billion. Now it's like 150 billion. And people tend to overestimate these kind of dynamics, maybe, in the short term, but then underestimate it in the long term, which is, an insight for somebody way smarter than me that I'm sure you've heard before.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand the levels of importance and significance of why I had that be my #1 point in this video. That is the reason why XRP will succeed. It decided to work with the banks and with the fiat system to make it better. Banks are never going away. The top banks will consolidate, and now you're going to see the central banks directly serve you. Most of your banking system is going to fail. Remember, Silicon Valley Bank and all the other banks that collapsed in 2023. More are likely coming. The central banks will serve you directly. and it's likely all going to begin in 2024. As reason number 2, I believe 2024 is the year for XRP is because it is an election year. And let me explain to you something historic that's going on. This is a map of all the countries having elections this year. That means a lot of change and transition is happening in 2024. And look at all the countries highlighted on the screen. The fact that the most elections in a year ever is happening in 2024 as this digital transition and transformation is happening is no coincidence. And it just so happens to be a time where here in the United States, we are the most divided. I expect drastic change. And this leads into reason number 3. What you see here on the screen is the Federal Reserve interest rates. And you can see how every single time rates increase, there's economic tightening and banks begin to fail. Remember Silicon Valley and Signature Bank. When these interest rate hikes happen, inflation slows down. But what's actually crazy is that the Fed has been prepping your subconscious minds for interest rates to drop this year. That is what they've been projecting. That is what many people anticipate. And people incorrectly believe that interest rate cuts mean we go on a bull market. However, if you look at the graph on the screen, and remember what happened in 2020 right here, in February and March, this is when lockdowns began, but at the exact same time, it's when they cut rates from where they were all the way down to 0. A lot of people think inflation happened during the current administration, but it actually happened during the Trump administration when these rate cuts occurred. Money printer go burr was the theme of 2020. They were sending out stimulus checks. We felt the inflation and repercussions afterwards. We saw a bull market happen in 2021 because after the rates got cut, we see a bull market down the road. But we haven't seen rates get cut yet. And once rates do get cut, a flash crash occurs. March 2020 is when the flash crash in the crypto market sent us to the bear market lows. That's when XRP was 11 cents and Bitcoin was $3,500. That was when ETH was sub 100. Those were buying opportunities I took advantage of, and those multipliers will pay dividends this year.